Angels say, your soulmate just lost control after seeing this in you. Breathe. Do not swipe past this. The angels have physically intercepted your feed today because a massive, violent shift has just occurred in the unseen realm, and it involves the exact person who has been heavily on your mind. For the last few weeks, you have been quietly pulling your energy back. You have been aggressively clearing out old, repetitive cycles, healing your nervous system, and focusing entirely on your own inner peace. You stopped waiting for them to choose you. You started pouring all of that deep, unconditional love back into yourself. And your soulmate? They have been secretly watching you from a distance. They thought they had you completely figured out. They thought you would stay exactly where they left you, waiting in the dark for them to finally make up their mind. But today, they saw something in you, whether it was a sudden shift in your aura, a new boundary you set, or the undeniable evidence that you are finally happy without them, and it completely shattered their ego. They saw your energy glowing. They saw that you are no longer the anxious, desperate version of yourself that they could easily string along. In that exact second, they lost total emotional control. A wave of absolute, paralyzing panic washed over them as they realized that while they were playing games and dragging their feet, you were busy stepping into an entirely new timeline. They realized that you are rapidly vibrating higher, and they are terrified of being permanently left behind. We need to lock this magnetic, powerful energy into your physical reality right now. You are no longer the one chasing. You are the undeniable prize. Go to the comments and type this anchor of power: I am magnetic. I focus on my own peace, and the universe chases me. When you leave those words, you are permanently anchoring your new sovereign frequency. You are telling the universe that you are focused on your own healing, and you will not lower your vibration for anyone who is unsure of you. Because what your soulmate physically did immediately after sensing this shift is going to leave you absolutely speechless. The exact second they felt the undeniable proof of your new, leveled-up energy, they completely froze. Whatever they were doing in that moment, they had to stop. Their heart rate spiked, their chest tightened, and a profound, sickening wave of realization washed over them. They immediately opened their phone and started frantically rereading old messages, looking at your pictures, and analyzing every single interaction you've had over the last few months. They were desperately searching for the old version of you, the version that would always bend to their will, the version that would tolerate their inconsistency, the version they felt they could easily string along. But that old version of you is permanently gone. You have completely deleted that timeline. By actively protecting your peace, enforcing your boundaries, and laying down a brand new foundation of deep self-worth, you have become entirely unrecognizable to their ego. And it is absolutely terrifying them. They are suddenly realizing that the safety net they always relied on, your endless, waiting patience, has been violently ripped away. They are watching you thrive in your own beautiful, self-contained energy, and they are painfully aware that they have done absolutely nothing to earn a spot in this new chapter of your life. Their ego is spiraling because they know they cannot manipulate this new version of you. To reach you now, they have to completely match your high vibration, and they know they are currently falling desperately short. You must solidify this energetic boundary in the physical realm right now. You cannot let their chaotic panic pull you back down into the old cycles you worked so hard to heal from. Go to the comments and type this absolute anchor of protection: I am untouchable. The old version of me no longer exists. When you leave this declaration, you are slamming a heavy, iron door on their ego. You are telling the universe that your new foundation of peace is fiercely protected, and you will not entertain anyone who requires you to shrink. Because as they sit there spiraling in the reality of losing you, the angels are revealing that there is a highly specific, hidden reason they haven't reached out to confess this yet, and it is going to completely change how you view this entire connection. The reason they are completely paralyzed right now has absolutely nothing to do with how they feel about you, and everything to do with the heavy, unhealed shame they are carrying about themselves. When they look at you now, they do not just see the person they walked away from, they see a mirror reflecting everything they have failed to heal within themselves. While you were doing the brutal, exhausting work of inner healing, sitting with your shadows, and learning to truly love yourself, they were taking the easy way out. They distracted themselves with superficial connections, empty habits, and environments that kept them comfortable but entirely stagnant. Now, your blinding light and radiant, peaceful energy are actively exposing their shadows. They are terrified that if they reach out to you right now, you will see right through them. They are terrified that you will look at what they bring to the table emotionally and realize it is absolutely nothing compared to the wholeness you have cultivated on your own. Their ego is screaming at them that they are no longer in your league. They are literally holding their phone, staring at your name, and physically shaking because the fear of you looking at them with indifference, or worse, pity, is entirely suffocating them. They want to come back, but they know they cannot come back empty-handed. They know they cannot offer you the same inconsistent, low-effort energy they gave you in the past, because this new, spiritually awakened version of you would reject it in a heartbeat. You must hold this exact standard. You cannot lower your light to make their shadows comfortable. Go to the comments right now and type this decree of divine standard: I do not shrink to fit. I only accept energy that meets me at my highest frequency. When you type this, you are sending a direct energetic shockwave to their soul. You are letting the universe know that the door is only open to someone who is willing to rise up and do the spiritual work, not someone who expects you to carry them. Because right now, the angels are not letting them off the hook. The divine realm is physically forcing them into a corner, and they are about to experience an undeniable, physical symptom of this connection that they will not be able to ignore. The divine realm is completely stripping away their ability to safely ignore this connection. Because they refuse to do the spiritual work on their own, the universe is now physically forcing them to feel the exact weight of what they walked away from. Right now, they are experiencing what we call a full-blown soul shock. They are trying to go about their normal routine. They are trying to distract themselves with their friends and their usual habits, but your energy is violently invading every single space they enter. Every time they close their eyes to sleep, their mind flashes with your face. They are feeling an unexplainable, heavy ache right in the center of their chest. A physical, magnetic pull dragging their energy directly toward you. They are seeing reminders of your essence everywhere they look. They cannot walk into a room without someone mentioning a topic, a song, or a phrase that perfectly mirrors you and the deep connection you shared. God is turning up the volume on your frequency so loud that their ego is completely deafened by it. They are exhausted. They are tossing and turning at night because their higher self will not let them rest while they are actively running from their destiny. The universe is making them incredibly uncomfortable in the stagnant reality they chose, because that reality no longer serves them. You must protect your own peace while they go through this spiritual dismantling. You cannot let their chaotic, restless energy bleed into your serene physical space. Go to the comments right now and type this absolute boundary of peace: I release their chaotic energy. I remain entirely grounded in my own power. When you type this, you are physically unhooking yourself from their spiritual panic. You are telling your guides that you refuse to carry the weight of their awakening, and you are leaving them entirely in the hands of the divine. Because as they are thrown into this inescapable spiritual storm, the universe is preparing to drop a massive, undeniable sign directly into your 3D reality to prove exactly what is happening behind closed doors. The angels are not going to let you second-guess your intuition today. They know your logical mind is fighting this, trying to convince you that their physical silence means they simply do not care. So, the divine realm is going to hand you absolute, undeniable physical proof within the next 24 hours. Tomorrow, while you are completely focused on your own joy, while you are simply going about your day, entirely detached from their drama and grounded in your own beautiful energy, the universe is going to freeze time for a split second. You are going to see the angel number 222. But it will not just be a random glance at a clock. It is going to happen in a moment where you feel completely at peace. It might show up on a receipt, a license plate, or a random notification right as you are actively choosing to be happy without them. In the spiritual realm, 222 is the ultimate number of divine alignment. But in this exact context, it is a cosmic wink from your guides. It is the universe physically validating that while you are successfully glowing up and vibrating at your highest frequency, your soulmate is completely falling apart in the background, desperately wishing they were standing next to you. The sign is absolute proof that your decision to choose yourself is exactly what triggered their deep soul shock. You must prepare your energy field to receive this physical confirmation right now, without letting it distract you from your peace. Do not let this sign pull you out of your divine feminine or masculine power and back into a state of anxious waiting. Go to the comments and type this anchor of vision: I welcome my divine sign. My focus is entirely on my own radiant happiness. When you type those words, you are telling the universe that your eyes are wide open, but your crown remains firmly on your own head. You are proving that you can witness their awakening without abandoning your own journey to go save them. Because the exact moment you calmly acknowledge that 222 and go right back to living your beautiful life, their ego is going to completely and violently shatter, forcing them to make their final move. The exact moment you see that 222, calmly acknowledge it, and turn your attention directly back to your own beautiful life, their ego is going to violently and permanently shatter. They are going to realize that your silence is not a manipulation tactic. It is a genuine, unbreakable boundary. They are going to realize that you are too busy glowing, healing, and experiencing true joy to sit around waiting for their breadcrumbs. In that single, devastating moment, the terrifying reality sets in: if they do not act right now, they are going to lose you to your own happiness forever. The spiritual resistance they have been putting up will completely collapse. The desperate, toxic need to look cool, unaffected, and emotionally distant will be entirely burned away by the sheer terror of you officially moving on. They are going to pick up their phone, and for the first time in this entire connection, they are going to physically swallow their pride. Their hands will be shaking. They are going to open your message thread, type a sentence, delete it, and retype it a dozen times. They are doing this because they know that whatever they say has to be absolutely perfect. They know they cannot come at you with a casual greeting, a late-night text, or a meaningless excuse. They know they have to come with absolute, naked vulnerability, because they know this newly awakened version of you will immediately reject anything less. You must hold your sovereign energy right now. You cannot energetically bail them out or send them a telepathic lifeline just because you feel their panic. Let them struggle. Let them do the deep emotional work. Go to the comments right now and type this command of truth: I require complete honesty. I only receive communication that matches my worth. When you type those words, you are energetically blocking their ego from taking the easy way out. You are strictly commanding the universe to force them out of the shadows, making them communicate entirely from their higher self. Because what they are finally going to say to you in this message is exactly what your soul has been waiting to hear for the last 6 months. When your phone finally lights up with their name, the notification on your screen is not going to be a casual, meaningless breadcrumb. It is not going to be a late-night, hey, or a random picture designed to test the waters without taking any real emotional risk. They are bypassing the games entirely because their ego has been completely decimated by your new frequency. They are going to send you a paragraph of absolute, unshielded truth. They are going to confess that they have been quietly watching you glow. They are going to admit that seeing your sudden, undeniable peace terrified them, because it forced them to realize how much time they had wasted running from the only connection that ever felt like home to them. For the very first time, they are going to take complete accountability. They will tell you that they pulled away not because you were too much, but because they felt they were not healed enough to stand beside the immense, beautiful light you hold. They are going to end the message by asking for a chance to simply speak to you. Not to demand your time, not to force a reunion, but to humbly ask if the door is still open for them to finally step up and match your energy. When you read these words, I need you to remain completely anchored in your nervous system. Do not let your heart race out of control. Do not immediately fire back a response in a rush of adrenaline. You must read their confession with the calm, unshakable grace of a sovereign being who already knew this exact moment was coming. You must physically ground this victory into your reality before you even think about replying. Go to the comments and type this anchor of emotional mastery: I receive their truth with absolute grace. I hold all the power in my reality. When you type those words, you are telling the universe that you are no longer the anxious chaser waiting for validation. You are the confident, grounded prize who dictates the terms of engagement. You are proving that their confession does not destabilize your peace, it merely confirms your deep intuition. Because how you choose to handle this exact moment is going to permanently alter the dynamic of your entire relationship moving forward. When you finally decide to reply to that heavy, vulnerable message, you are not going to match their frantic, desperate energy. You are going to respond with the cool, detached warmth of someone who knows their absolute worth. You will not write a massive paragraph back. You will not over-explain how much their silence hurt you, and you will not immediately trauma dump, because doing that only proves that they still control your emotional state. Instead, you are going to keep your response brief, kind, and incredibly firm. You are going to simply acknowledge their apology and agree to a conversation on your terms, and on your timeline. By doing this, you are completely flipping the energetic polarity of this entire connection. For months, they held all the cards because they knew you were anxiously waiting for them to make a move. But the exact second they read your calm, sovereign response, they will physically feel the power dynamic shift. They will realize that they are no longer in control of the pace. They will realize that their access to your energy is a privilege, not a right, and right now, they have to earn it back. They are no longer the one pulling away, they are now the one actively pursuing you. They have to audition for you. You must lock in this absolute position of authority right now. You cannot waver or let your old people-pleasing habits take over the second they show you a little bit of attention. Go to the comments and type this seal of authority: I am the prize. I dictate the pace of my own reality. When you type those words, you are officially taking the steering wheel of this timeline. You are telling the divine realm that you are ready to be pursued properly, and you will not accept the bare minimum ever again. Because when they see your calm, collected response, they are going to immediately ask for one very specific thing, and it is going to require you to step out of your comfort zone and finally face them in the physical 3D world. The exact second they process your calm, sovereign reply, they are going to ask to see you in person. But they are not going to ask for a casual, low-effort coffee date or a quick, convenient meetup. Because they know you will not accept the bare minimum anymore, they are going to ask to take you out properly. They are going to ask for a dedicated time to sit across from you, look you in the eyes, and give you the absolute, undivided attention you have always deserved. When the day comes for this meeting, you are not going to be the anxious version of yourself, stressing over what to wear or meticulously rehearsing what to say. You are going to step into that physical space completely bathed in your relaxed, magnetic energy. You are going to let them do the work. The exact second you walk into that room and they see you in the 3D physical world for the first time since your deep spiritual glow-up, their breath is literally going to catch in their throat. They are going to see a person who is utterly at peace. They will notice the physical shift in your posture, the clarity in your eyes, and the radiant, untouchable confidence radiating from your aura. All of the panic and anxiety they used to sense from you will be completely gone, replaced by a heavy, magnetic stillness that will leave them completely mesmerized. In that moment, they will realize the absolute gravity of how close they came to losing you forever. They will be looking at the highest value version of you, knowing they have to step up and claim you right now, or step aside entirely. You must command this standard of high-level treatment before you even walk through that door. Go to the comments and type this anchor of divine standard, *, I am treated with the highest level of devotion. I only entertain those who truly honor my presence. When you type those words, you are telling the universe that your physical presence is a sacred privilege. You are enforcing the energetic boundary that anyone who sits across from you must come with absolute respect and deep intention. Because what happens the exact moment you finally lock eyes across that table, is going to trigger a physical reaction in their body that they will not be able to hide from you. The exact moment you lock eyes across that table, all of their carefully constructed walls are going to instantly collapse. You are going to look down and physically see their hands trembling. You will see a visible swallow, a deep, heavy breath of surrender, and a glassy, emotional look in their eyes. The overwhelming, radiant weight of your new energy is going to completely short-circuit their nervous system, stripping away every ounce of their false bravado. They will not be able to hold back anymore. Right there, looking at you in your absolute sovereign power, they are going to lay everything on the line. They are going to look at you, entirely stripped of their ego, and tell you that they are completely terrified of losing you. But this time, it will not just be empty words or vague promises. They are going to lay out a clear, tangible plan for how they intend to show up for you moving forward. They are going to offer you the consistency, the devotion, and the absolute certainty that they withheld from you in the past. This is it. This is the exact moment the universe delivers the beautiful, karmic reward for all of your quiet, exhausting inner healing. The cycle of waiting, guessing, and chasing is officially dead. You are stepping entirely into the era of being completely adored, pursued, and cherished. You must seal this massive energetic shift into your physical reality right now. Go to the comments and type the ultimate seal of manifestation. It is done. I claim my beautiful new reality right now. When you type those words, you are signing a spiritual contract with the universe, officially closing the chapter of pain and accepting the absolute best outcome. Then, you must immediately interact with this message to permanently lock this timeline into your 3D reality. Save this video to your private favorites to anchor the energy, hit the like button to seal the frequency, and make sure you are following this page so your guides can continue to deliver your next steps. The angels have delivered their message. Your timeline has officially shifted. The rest is up to you.